Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay. Can you hear me now? I'm hoping that you guys can hear me on YouTube. Let me know if you can hear me. I know on TikTok, I don't use AI, guys. It's literally just a strategy. It's not anything that I've made up. It's purely pretty much market structure. You know, I'm literally trading. I'm a price action trader. So I go with what the market is telling me. I react to the market rather than, trying to predict the market. That's not what I try and do. But yeah, let me know, guys, on YouTube if you can hear me, because I'm so sorry that you couldn't hear. Okay, guys, so let's continue. Like I was saying, this area right here is very subjective, but today was the day that I decided to go with my gut, go with my initial bias, which yesterday, if I had gone with my initial bias, I would have also used the market structure strategy, and I would have got pretty much the same entry point as the breakout of trend line, so they both completely aligned. Thank you so much for the follows there on TikTok. If you guys want to see the live charts, just come over to YouTube. It's literally just Doey Trades. Got the full charts up there. So if you guys come over, you'll be able to see everything. You'll be able to ask questions, and I'm talking you through the trade that I'm in right now, and why I took it and why I'm gonna hold. But yes, so like I said, we then ended up going with the original bias, which was bearish. So when I came onto the market this morning, it was just gone past 6 o'clock in the morning. Thank you so much for sharing my live, Pasha. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Please don't forget to double tap the live stream as well. We've got quite low views today, but to be honest, like, New York session has been like quite a relatively like new session for me to trade. I usually have always been a London session trader. So yeah, in the past I would always stream in the morning, so it's quite different for me streaming in the afternoon. Yeah, let's have a little look. Let's break this down, guys. So that my sell side liquidity was here. This was it told me that the last time we were here, there was a lot of sellers at this point because it broke through this low here. So when I came back on to the charts this morning, like I said, I would have got my position up there. We would have been in the position, break even, whatever. But because I couldn't hold that position overnight, I had to come out. So I was like, right, how do we still get into this buy? Because I feel like we are going to get the extension. If you understand market structure, you understand there's an extension and there's a pullback. So how do I get, I was expecting a bit of an extension like this. So we still haven't created our new low yet. We could extend a little bit longer. That would be brilliant if we could, because we're in a sell. So let's drop down to the 1 hour. So like I said, here, 6 a.m., we got a inflation data soon. If you've been following the lives. Okay, let me just, got a message come through. Let me just see what that's about in our community. So in our community, we have one of our traders, Curtis, and he is very into the fundamentals. So this is not something that I'm massively strong with, but he is definitely on his stuff with the fundamentals. So inflation data soon. Okay, if you've been following the live session, you will know why today is a very important time for the market. The last inflation and unemployment report before FOMC, which could dictate the size of the rate cut on Wednesday, the 17th of September. Our idea was to catch a gold sell leading into today, and exciting before rate cuts as metals, indices, bonds, USD, quoted pairs all should skyrocket, maybe crypto too. we were right about gold, and we were in the best positions to see price absolutely drop with zero risk on the table. So yeah, like, you know, I'm pretty sure he got into his sell position. What the time is for that? That's tomorrow. Yeah, okay, so 1:30. We've got a lot going on, so let's see what price does. Um, let's see what price does. We can get manipulated. I could definitely, if I wish I, you know, was able to stay in my trade from up there, but this is the position that I'm in. It's fine. Let's see what's happening on the lower time frames. But I'm risk free, so we'll just wait and see now. Okay, so like I was saying to you guys when I came on the charts this morning, the 6 it was 6 a.m. we got a closure. Okay, are we still streaming? Yeah, okay. YouTube, I'm always having issues with my signal, not signal, my Wi-Fi. I don't feel like the Wi-Fi that I ever use is meant for streaming, which is annoying. No one responded when I asked you guys if you guys can hear me on YouTube. But hopefully you guys can still hear me. It still says we're streaming, so I'm gonna continue. Doey, oh, here we go with the funny trading one-liners. Okay, so the reason why I entered this sell, it was a bit of a high, it was a little bit forex jokes. It was a little bit high risk because I knew that I was entering during the extension and not waiting for the pullback. What is it with people and just going on and saying these one-liners? I've had them all before. Okay, so when I like what I see on the 4 hour, we drop down to the 1 hour. So like I said, our 4 hour had closed below the sell side liquidity. And I know some people who will literally wait until this happens for that added confirmation for, you know, all these buyers that are sitting at this point here. No, sorry, sellers. So as you can see, we had the extension in the 1 hour. So this was the 1 hour low. This was the extension, and all I needed to do was wait for the 1 hour to create its low. Created its low there, and what I mean by low is just an area of resistance. Or if it was vice versa, it would be an area of, this is an area of support, but if it was vice versa, it would be an area of resistance. So we waited for the low to be created, waited for the support to be created. It doesn't matter how many candles, it just needs to be some type of structure. For me, support and resistance, 2 candles side by side, bodies aligned with each other. This is literally your support floor. So then once that was created, which was all happening relatively fast, we then drop down to the 15-minute. And we see the 15-minute going bullish, which is absolutely fine. And we just wait for the 15-minute to create its high. Perfect. This is the 15-minute high. And now, so that we can get in a little bit sooner. So again, some people will wait until the 15 minutes turns bearish, but I like to go into the 5-minute. And this is where I'm like, okay, I will get in once the 5-minute can turn back to being bearish. So you can see here we had 2 little areas of structure there and there. It broke out of both areas. It then created a 5-minute fair value gap, this little box here, so that box there, and I literally decided, okay, I'm going to put an order on, leave it there. Stop loss above this high. I wanted to go a little bit safe instead of just above this high, which we could have done, as you see there, but I went above here, so did have a bit of a bigger stop loss. And then my goal was slightly bigger because at the moment my trade plan is a 1 to 2, then I will just leave a trade open and let it run. So this is now what we're seeing. That hit my 1 to 2, and now we've just got trades that are open, but we're risk free. So I had a really, really important lesson this morning because I didn't go with my gut yesterday. I changed the way that I traded just to be able to get into a trade. And yes, I can clearly see, we got half an hour left. We technically haven't broken this low yet. We are getting rejection. If someone used more than 10 pips stop loss, leave. I think it's all dependent on what strategy you trade with your stop losses, because I used to trade with a stop loss of like 10 to 20 pips, whereas now, because I am... Oh, thank you so much for the gift. TikTok guys, I still got my charts streaming on YouTube. Hey, AA, can everyone hear me okay on YouTube? Because people were saying that they couldn't hear before. Let me know if you can hear. I don't feel like I said, this is quite a relatively new time for me to trade in. I mean, it doesn't seem to be that many people active at this time. Thank you so much for the follows. Hey, oh, yeah, it is Shane. Hey. Oh my God, life has just been so hectic. I was honestly so bad with my messages. I was literally going to give you a voice note and fill you in on everything. I will do that. It's good to see that you're coming to the event as well at the end of the month. But is anyone else coming? It is what is it again? It's a prop firm event at the Expo in London, I think on the 27th of this month. But yeah, I'm gonna be down there, Shane's gonna be down there, everyone's gonna be down. Love getting together. Okay, so let's just, for me, I'm gonna hold out on this trade because I have no reason not to, because we're break even. It very much could wick me out of this and then go the way that I want it to go, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. We've literally got 1 minute till news, so I'm interested to see how price is gonna move. Do I have a link for the event? Bonnie, I don't have a link for the event, but I'm pretty sure you can literally just type in like the expo in London, because they're always doing events there, so I'm sure like you'll be able to easily find it. But yeah, it's the prop firm event, but it will be really, really good if you're a trader and you want to network with other people. So yeah, this is interesting, guys, because okay, we broke this area. Oh wow, okay, news has hit. We have literally just hit news. Let's see this. I love watching news because it's like, oh my God, please just don't wick me out. Yeah, I'm gonna get wicked out. This is interesting. Okay, but I got my 1 to 2, and that's like my main thing that I wanted. And it's interesting because obviously this 4 hour didn't close. This last 4 hour didn't close below here. This will be an interesting one. But yeah, if I had my original entry for my sell, it would have been all the way up here. Let's see what price does. My ethnicity. So my ethnicity. Multitask doesn't work on TikTok. What are you talking about multitasking? What is your ethnicity? Thai, Jamaican, and English. What's happening with the news? Wow. we just got a little bit of volume, so we'll wait and see, because technically we're in a very weird place for the 4 hour, because you could argue and say that this was never a low, that this is still the low that is yet to be broken for this to go back to being bearish. So if you don't want to consider this as a low, and on futures, this isn't a low here, like there's no red candle. So yeah, it's interesting. It's a very hard time to trade when there's no clear bias. Because yeah, like I said, if this wasn't here, then technically we're still bullish, and then we're looking like you're looking for this move like this, and this is the move that certain people who are looking for buys are waiting for and needed that little bit of volume. But it is new, so we could get a bit of manipulation. But yeah, this is it's interesting. We're getting a push up, and also this 4 hour closure will happen at 2 p.m. So if this can actually push back up here, my bias is basically back into buys. So hey Kelly, you okay? But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where this actually closes, to see if this structure actually does hold up.
13. What are you wearing? 14. Yeah. I think I had 12 last time. 12. Yeah.
Mohammed, I trade mainly gold, but I also trade silver, copper, Naz.
Fluffy, not too thick.
Not too much.
Let's see.
Yeah, of course.
So NQ. Okay, NQ's on the rise. See, I keep forgetting to look at NQ because I quite like trading NQ. It can be quite clean, to be honest. Let's see what Copper's doing.
How long are you going for?
Only the weekend.
Good way, get some more sun in.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
got this break out on the Copper.
Just got out my clothes the other day. Couldn't bring to close out.
I actually had a sell in Copper on the 1 hour.
So sad.
Sorry guys on TikTok, let me just have a look at any comments.
Yeah,
I don't trade oil or crypto.
Yeah. So I think I've managed at the last.
Yeah, so this actually was a good lesson because I actually had. Let me just zoom this out a little bit for Copper. I actually had a really narrow trend line for Copper. And originally had it there, but when you're trading trend lines, you need more. The more data that you have and the more touch points you have, the better. When really, I'm not really seeing this as being bearish.
Yeah.
Definitely still looking. I made 50k off XAU and FP. Nice, Sham. Oh wow. Okay, so we're getting this big push up now on gold. Let's see. The main thing is, Sham. Yeah, I don't trade red folder news specifically. But if I'm in a trade, obviously I'll let it run as long. I'll only ever stay in a trade if we're risk free. But yeah, this is interesting. If we can get a break above here, then I'm still, once all this is like died down, I'll still look for my buy setup. It's just been a really tough couple days with the 4 hour looking so different on so many different charts, like on all my different Forex charts, because I trade on Trade Nation, I use Oanda, Think Capital, Alpha Capital, and all the charts just look different. But are you in a 1-2? Faisal. So my trade that I was already in already hit TP. We already hit TP, and that was a 1-2. It was a high risk because I was trading the extension, but we never actually now. If this can push up above, I am all for the buys, but I won't just be jumping in. I'll have to wait for that to then pull back, even if it's a small pullback. That's the beauty of this strategy. I'm not like waiting for it to pull back into the golden zone, or I do use the fibs sometimes, but I don't go off that. I literally go off price action and what it's telling me in the moment and what the candles are actually printing. So if we can get a break above here, above this high here, then we just wait for the extension to be done, we wait for the pullback, we enter, and we go back in for the buys. But I can kind of see that this could be a bit consolidating for a while now. We've had so much bullish momentum. Gold does this. It starts its bull run or its bear run, and then it just consolidates for ages. Faisal, so I've got the full charts up on not TikTok, sorry, YouTube. I can't share my charts on TikTok just in case I get banned, but the reason why I come on live is just to tell you guys to come over to YouTube, and you'll be able to see the full chart. So yeah, very, very interesting. We've had, spike up both ways. My YouTube guys, we still feel like I'm a bit laggy here on YouTube. It's always issues. I'm gonna look into getting better Wi-Fi for streaming, because I feel like normal Wi-Fi just doesn't do well with streaming. Am I a bit laggy here on YouTube? I'm just leaving it for a sec to... Need to tell them why they spike. Educate them. How? So the thing is, I have never ever been a fundamental trader, and this is I will never lie to you and say that's what I am. I'm not a fundamental trader. I'm a technical trader because I used to be just a scalper, so I would be in and out of the market very quick. Now I'm more of a day trader. But for me, the fundamentals, if I'm in a trade during red folder news or any type of news, I'm holding only because I'm risk free. Otherwise, I will come out of it because I don't trade fundamentals. I don't know enough about, obviously I have a small understanding of what goes on and whatever. I know, it's unemployment claims and stuff like that, but I don't know enough about it to trade it. And from my experience with red folder news, you're gonna get a lot of manipulation. Everyone's expecting high volume, so if it's gonna go up, you could go 300 pips down first and then hold up. Hold during news may liquidate with the quick wick. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said, I'm only going to be in a trade if I'm break even. I already got wicked out anyway. I got my 1-2, which was hit this morning, and then it hit, pushed down with a wick. Then it's gone back up the other way. But yeah, it's interesting to see where it's going to go now, because like I said, there's going to be so many people who are like, I feel like the market right now is so 50-50 with people who think we're buying, 50-50 of people who think we're selling. Like, my initial bias was sales, but my only thing is this area here, which seems to be on some charts, obviously a structure point, but it's not even existing on other charts. So I don't know, a lot of manipulation going on right now, a lot of money being lost. But yeah, you know what I should have done yesterday is just stay out. Today, like I said, I wanted to go with the original bias and just go with what I saw. If the trade lost, it would have lost. It's not the end of the world. Like, as long as you know your risk management is right. Like, I call my losses my expenses. Like, it's part of it. But yeah, this is interesting. I feel like so many people who are waiting for that buy, you know, wanted to just jump straight in. And let's see, because it does look like we just got wicks either side, and now it's just settling a little bit. We've got like 20 minutes left of this candle. Guys on YouTube, am I laggy or is it okay? Because you're very quiet over here. Let me know if you've got any questions about the setup. Yeah, I don't know how. But yeah, this is what I mean, you know, like, this is our 4 hour, let's see, like, during that kind of time, you're going to see it go, like, one way and then the other way, and it's quite hard to then decide where this is going. So, like, for me, I would not be doing anything now until the 4 hour closes, and even once the 4 hour closes, if it doesn't really give a direction, there's just nothing that I'd be able to do. Thank you so much for the follows on TikTok there. If you guys want to see the actual charts, I've got everything up on YouTube. So it's just Doey Trades, and you can just jump on. We can go through anything. But yeah, I may have got wicked out in this position here. If I had still been in that position. But let me know if I've got any traders watching. Let me know what you trade. If anyone trades gold, you know, what are we thinking? So, like I said, like, it's been a bit of a rubbish week for price action. It's very, could go either one or two ways right now. HM1, oh, amazing, you trade the same thing as me. It's been good. It was really, really good for me last week. Monday was good, but Tuesday, Wednesday, no, Tuesday was alright actually. Wednesday, Thursday, not so good. It's just because for me, I'm finding it very, very hard to make that bias on the 4 hour. Oh, hey, Nero. Buy low, sell, oh great. The usual, someone's always got to say buy low, sell high, like. It's, the thing is, like, when people say that, like, for some people, like, you're going to get higher highs and higher lows, so what point are you buying and selling? HM1, so the strategy that I use is pretty much very, very simple price action. I'm just trading market structure, top-down analysis, so I'm going with the 4 hour bias, finding my time, dropping down on the time frames to then find my entry. So my entry is usually, I would say, on the 5 minute. What's my thought on TW? What is TW? And wait for the retest, and yeah, exactly that. Like, it's very, very, I keep it so simple. I do also trade trendline breakouts. So again, just using the concept of, we've broken out of a trend. I think that where people go very wrong with trendline breakouts is they're using trend lines that only have like 2 touch points or not enough data. But if you break out the trend line that has a lot of touch points and a lot of data, it will usually respect it. Once it's broken out, we're normally in a reversal. So I like to trade that, and I use it again with very simple concepts of support and resistance. So if we're looking for a sell, we just got to make sure that the previous low's been broken, and then I will enter the trade. 6 touch points. There's a trend line breakout on USD MXN. Oh, I don't trade that. Use 15-minute for execution. Yeah, so a lot of the time I do massively use the 15-minute, but I just like to get my exact entry on the 5-minute. This is interesting. I feel like so many people would have wanted to buy gold right now. I know one of someone that I know who trades, like, she was convinced of a buy. We got that big push up. She's probably very happy. Hopefully no one's impulsively jumped in. I don't really trade oil, to be honest, and I am looking at gold. Did you get in on the CPI action? So I was already in a trade. I was in a sell, and it was risk free. My position was a 1 to 2, so it hit that, and then it just wigged me out. So it wigged me out, and now it's gonna go down probably. That's like, this is what I usually see a lot of the time in red folder news. Like, it's just gonna be wick central, but you don't know what way it's gonna go first. Luckily it went down for me first. But yeah, BP FOD. Yeah, I don't trade any of those things. I literally pretty much am just a commodities trader. Do you wait for the 9:30 open? Are we talking the 9:30 in New York? AA. Because New York, to be honest, it has been more of like a new time frame for me to trade in. I just have a bit more time on my hands now, which before, during the day, wasn't really a time that I would want to trade. Whereas now I have been trading New York a little bit more because London session is a little bit dead. But guys, Haj, I don't trade. I very much narrow it down to I trade commodities: gold, silver, copper. I know NQ, that's not a commodity, but I do trade NQ. But I don't really trade stocks and stuff like that. I'm gonna be long-term investing. I have traded platinum on futures, but because you can't do micros on platinum, it depends what account size. The account size I'm currently trading with on futures is a 50k account. So yeah, I just don't trade platinum at the moment. I don't feel like you need to trade like 20 things to be profitable and to make money. Like, it just confuses me. For me, I like to just keep things super simple, so I don't have 20 things on my list that I trade. Like today, purely pretty much was just focusing on copper and gold. Let's see what copper's doing actually. Yeah, like I said, I made this mistake with copper that I saw this as a breakout, but I don't really know why, to be honest. Oh, that's because at the time I had I don't know why though. That was a bit stupid of me. But this is the thing, we're all gonna make mistakes. This is definitely not a breakout. It's not a strong enough trend line. It was, we have to just make the mistakes and learn from them. Sessions, ICT, Elliott waves, Wyckoff, Fibonacci, volume, order flow. Mr. Zenz, is that your strategy? D, only trade gold, USA. Yeah, exactly. You don't need to have loads and loads of things to be good at trading. Oh, it's sad. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to accept that loss when we get there. This has wicked me out. So yeah, currently only got the copper one running, but I'm not expecting that to go down too well, to be honest. But it's fine. We got a winning goal today. Interesting. Look at this 4 hour now. So we've got 10 minutes left of this 4 hours. So let's see how it closes. ideally we do need like a break below this area here. Otherwise, I do just think we're just gonna start consolidating for a while. Mofi, you're a TikToker. Hey, oh Nero, you've come back over. You've come over to YouTube. Yes, exactly. YouTube is a lot better, guys, because I can actually show you my cards. And we're always gonna just get people who are non-serious